everyone, my blessings with Joe here, or Joe Speaks Joe. Welcome back to my channel. So, I am writing and I was also self reflecting regarding life and betrayal. Betrayal has been a running thing for me and it has been very painful. But I have managed to transform those um, hurtful feelings that were inflicted on me after I had been heavily betrayed by people that surrounded me. The first time that I ever dealt with betrayal, it came from my own family. And at that time, it was extremely painful because I was a child and because I had expectations and because those expectations should have been fulfilled because I'm a child and those people that are in your family are supposed to love and protect you, especially when you're a child. So those were my first cases of betrayal, and trust me, I have shed so many tears and have held in so much rage because of those betrayals. However, I am an alchemist and I will transform and I will become my higher self. Through the pain, I will rise up from the ashes and you will see me if you knew me. If you thought you knew me, you would not recognize me. Yes, you might see that it's the same face, right? Because I'm Joe. But believe me, energetically speaking, you will not recognize me. You will look in my eyes and you will tell. You can see that there's a difference in me in how I move. As a result of being betrayed so many times throughout my whole life by people that I genuinely cared about, by people that I had no bad intentions towards, I realized that a lot of people, from what I noticed, they for some reason feel threatened by me. They perceive me to be a threat. Why they perceive me to be a threat? Because I do not conform to groups. I do not conform to abusive authority. I speak my mind. I say uncomfortable things that people don't want to hear. I'm also self-aware and I also take self-accountability when it's necessary to do so. I have noticed that a lot of people that I've been around don't move in that way. They don't move in that way. A lot of them have been manipulators, gaslighters, people that have not taken time to really do serious shadow work in which they stand up to the mirror and look at themselves for who they truly are. I don't sit here and I cannot sit here and pretend like I'm all nice. I'm not a nice person. I'm a good person. But inside each and every one of us, there's darkness and there's lightness. And when you do your shadow work, it's for you to embrace the light as well as embrace the darkness that is in you. It's not for you to pretend that you're all perfect and all knowing because you are not God. You're a flawed human being. And to me, it has been so painful. Particularly, my first experiences of betrayal were with my own family. And it was the most hurtful because I had the expectations as a child that those around me that share the same blood as me are supposed to love and protect me, and technically they were supposed to do that. When that doesn't happen, there's a wound. There's a wound that you feel right in your chest and in your belly, right? Because you get hit with low self-esteem, you get hit with abandonment issues, you get hit with rejection, which is a major thing for me, in which I have been rejected a lot by jobs, by men, by so-called friends, people that just don't seem to be able to accept me. Yes, it was painful, but I realized that I don't want to be accepted by people anymore. If you don't accept me, if you don't like me, that is completely fine. You don't have to accept me or like me. I like me. I accept myself, right? But what is so painful about betrayal is that the fact that there will be people that would disguise themselves and they will come to you and pretend to be lovers and friends, right? And associates, but in reality, they're seeking something from you. They're seeking to destroy you, right? They're seeking to manipulate you. They're seeking to use you because they have their own personal issues of insecurity. They have not done the shadow work. They have not taken a look at themselves in the mirror. And so because of that, seeing you sitting in authenticity bothers them. Seeing you not having to do much to get attention by the general public bothers them. Seeing you standing in your power bothers them. Seeing you and realizing that you don't have to pretend, right? Seeing that you are not blind to the world bothers them. So now they have to figure out how to try to mess up your life so that they can, in some shape or form, have power over you. I've noticed that a lot of these people tend to run in groups. I don't need to be in a group. I don't need to be, I just don't have to. I realize that I try to blend in with people because I feel like I didn't want people to feel insecure around me. I wanted to make everyone comfortable around me, but those people didn't give a shit, right, to make me feel comfortable. I realized that only a very, very, very few people that surrounded me truly cared about me or have truly taken the time to see me for who I truly am, not for what people perceive me to be. People have projected their nonsense and bullcrap onto me in order to make themselves feel better. I am no longer going to be the victim of your projections. I will no longer be the scapegoat of your projections because I know who I am, and can no other human being tell me who I am because I've done a lot of work to become the woman that I am today, right? So yes, betrayal is very painful, but there's also gifts that come from betrayal, such as realizing, right, that you are not who those people projected you to be. Realizing that you don't need other people to validate your existence. Realizing that discernment is key and that you need to be very careful who you allow into your space. Lesson learned that not everybody that comes with smile, because some of the most dangerous people, some of the most dangerous backstabbers are those that come to you with offerings and smiles, when in reality, they're nothing but wolves in sheep's clothing. It has been a running thing for me to be rejected by people, to be rejected by society. I was rejected by my family. I've been rejected in the school system. I've been rejected in the workplace. I've been rejected by men and so-called friends. But, I honestly want to say thank you. Because if I truly was powerless, there will be no reason for groups of people to be doing smear campaigns on me. There will be no reason that if you claim I am nothing, why you have to recruit. If you claim that I'm nothing and I'm such a bad person, why are you still talking about me and trying to harass me? It's because you know deep inside the power that I know now that I hold. And instead of, admiring that power, instead of wanting to cultivate that power for yourself and learn how to do it yourself, make me feel like I'm nothing, right? But that doesn't work with me. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Next time you see me, you will see me, but remember, you don't know who is this new woman that's standing in front of you, because if you met me 3 months ago, today, right now, I'm not the same person anymore. I'm not. You would never be able to catch up with me. Never. I don't need to put somebody down in order to uplift myself. I don't need to try to exclude people in order to make myself feel better. Right? The times where I have cut off somebody has been because I realized that they have shown me plenty of times they're not really my friend. Because people like to pretend. There will be people that will pretend to be around you only because they see the anointing on your name, and because they see the greatness, and because they see that you have a great future ahead of you and they want to be part of it, right? so that it can make them look good, and so that they can um, talk about how they were part of your success. But in reality, all this time, those same people were working against you because they were waiting to see your demise. So you have to be careful with that. I have learned so many valuable lessons. Yes, it's painful. It's painful when people exclude you and you were doing nothing but trying to include them. It's painful when you were looking out for people and realize that those same people were holding a knife against your back because they don't want to see you prosper. Because their insecurity and their jealous ways and their envious ways doesn't allow them to see someone else shining. And unfortunately, some of us have done. That's not my fault or your fault if you have that, right? We are all individuals. We all have different gifts. And what I would never do anymore is to downplay those gifts in order to make people that have no issue in backstabbing me feel comfortable. Realize who's really there for you. Realize that who are the manipulators, the fakers, and cut them off and do you.